Massepoint Digital. Hi, how's it going?
Good.
Hi, I'm Jordan.
Jordan Lori.
Nice to meet you. So what do you got?
So as Anthony was talking about, previously in Twixter, you had to have a high frame rate,
Right.
and otherwise you would end up with maybe something like this warping you see right here.
Mm-hmm.
When you did extreme slow-mo.
A little bit of artifacting. Yeah,
a
makes
little
sense.
bit of artifacting. So our new version of Twixter 8 with machine learning, we have the option to choose DNN, and that's instead of optical flow, which is what we used before.
Right.
And now you see the difference here. I'm just going to show a quick before and after. So this is what we were, the kind of look we were getting before, and now, and if I play this, let's go to here. Here's another one, before, after.
Oh, that's so much cleaner.
Yeah, so.
Because optical flow has sort of been the main, I mean, maybe not necessarily the industry standard, but everybody sort of says if frame blending doesn't work, use optical flow.
Right,
but it
so
does look like that. Yeah.
It can look like this.
At extreme levels, definitely.
Yeah, especially if you don't have enough frames to start. But
correct.
Now, with this one, we're looking at 24 frames per second, so not a high frame rate.
Gorgeous.
We have all sorts of stuff in the background, and we're getting a much better result. And this is with footage that people told us was horrible. They couldn't get a good result with.
Mm-hmm.
We picked out all the worst shots to use as a test.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to see more examples?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. I didn't know how long you had here. So here's another one. So here's 8 times slow-mo.
Mm-hmm.
So Twixter 7, which is...
Wow. Oh, no.
So you're looking at, again, Twixter 7. So this is pre-machine learning technology.
Correct. Mm-hmm. Still not bad for not having enough frames.
Exactly.
Still not bad at all.
So, but this is what we were getting. Yeah, not horrible, but not really that usable. And now this is our new result.
And this was originally shot in 24.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that 24 frames per second footage that people were throwing away.
Right.
Now you can fix it.
Wow. And are you recommending people use this? Is it sort of a standalone software that you would load it up into a Twixter platform, or does this run natively?
No, this runs on multiple host applications. It's a plugin.
So it's directly within your NLE.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you've got a huge list. I don't know if you can see that.
Awesome. Yeah. Quite a huge list. Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome.
It runs in a lot of different applications.
Pretty much anyone that you could probably need. That's awesome.
Pretty much. I don't know if I'm covering it.
No, definitely. No. That's all good. No, we could definitely see. So
it runs in we also have the OFX version, so it can run anything that an OFX that takes OFX plugins.
Can you resample the opposite way in a more artful way? So taking something that is in say 60 and bringing it down to 24. Would you recommend doing that with Twixter as well?
You can do that. So like converting frame rate.
Right.
Yeah, that's so we can speed things up, slow things down, or change the frame rate.
Wow, that's excellent. That's excellent. That's a great tool to have, especially, I've been frustrated sometimes where I've seen some tools like that. I've used some. They're really great. They yield really great results. But one of the issues is that you have to say, you might not necessarily know right out of the gate which one you want. So you're not able to sort of demo what it looks like quickly. So the fact that it's built into the NLE is a real value add, I'd say.
Yeah, it's really useful. I was just gonna throw out another couple.
5 times slow-mo, my goodness.
So this is
that's pre,
yeah.
I think I've actually been there before. It looks like San Francisco.
And this is with Twixter 8.
Oh, so much better. Wow.
So we're getting a lot of really good results. Sometimes you can't make it completely perfect,
but still,
you're almost able to make wine out of water.
Absolutely. Well, you notice the artifacting right around the areas that have the most motion, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's like when I'm looking at it, it's so obvious in the first one, but with this, it's so clear that there's so much more refinement, especially in those edges, those places where there is the most movement. So that's amazing that you guys have made such a great improvement.
Yes.
Is this available right now?
It's
awesome.
in beta right now, so it will be. I mean, you can download it and try it, even in beta. We've got it on our website now. It'll be released very soon.
Awesome. That's great.
We want to show you autographs.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to see autograph. Thank you so much for showing.
Sure. So in Autograph, this is also another product that we are the worldwide distributors for, and it does a lot of things, 2D, 3D combined in compositing, visual effects. We have a lot that goes on in Autograph. But I'm just going to give you a quick video here of one of the things that I really like about
WWE. It's not WWE, it's something else?
We can't use the real name.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry.
So we've got, well, one of the things is that a lot of people have to create one design and then they have to output it at multiple formats.
Correct, exactly.
So that's something that a lot of people struggle with. It's very time consuming. You have
Right.
to reposition, rescale everything. And in Autograph, we can easily create one format and easily change the format to output any number of multiple formats, frame rates, or aspect ratios.
Wow.
So this is just a quick example showing how we do that. And you can have multiple viewers as well, so you can see them, you can make changes and see how it scales on each different format.
Wow.
So right now we're looking at 1920 by 1080. We've got 640 by 480.
And are you making the graphics within Autograph, would you
Yes,
say? Okay.
everything's being made, and it's all responsive design
Okay.
with adaptive scaling and relative positioning, so that whenever you change the format, it's going to go ahead and adapt to what it needs to do in order to fit into that format.
So you would say that, you would maybe potentially design your design assets maybe within Photoshop or something like that and bring them in? Or
you can bring in Photoshop files, but you can design it right here.
okay, so the animation and everything, that would all be connected directly into
So
via
here, I'm
Autograph.
actually in Autograph here.
Okay.
And just to show you, if I unclip the background, you see the way we design in here, the way we can design. We can do it traditionally with keyframes and all that, but I'm using what's called a generator to do that animation. We're using generators to position the guys, because what we want to do is be able to change that format. We can change the format by just going down here.
Wow.
You can automatically change the format, and it all repositions, rescales. Because of the way I designed it. I have an unlimited background size.
It's incredible.
And I've positioned these guys. Basically, I've taken the guy on the left and said, I always want him to be on the left side with his ear touching the
I see.
edge. And we do that we don't have to create expressions, which is what you would have to do in most other software.
Correct.
We use generators.
I see.
And that's what Autograph, that's what they're called in Autograph. And we also have modifiers, which are like effects. Of course, we can do lots of other things as well as just the responsive design. We can combine 2D and 3D at the same time.
Okay.
So something like this here, I could go in, and here I'm in 2D, I can go in 3D and see that if I change this camera to the camera that I use.
Wow. So you're seeing the exact same composition, but you're able to change it in 2D and 3D.
Yeah, so look,
Wow.
I'm actually in the 3D model right now, and you can see that's a curved wall.
Right.
That's on. If I jump into 2D, you can see that, and if I jump to one of the 2D compositions that created the text layer, you can see that it's just a flat 2D composition, and it's a texture map, or it's being it's a texture map on the 3D object.
So are you designing the 3D object within Autograph, or are you bringing
everything's being done in Autograph.
Really?
Everything here, yeah. So we have all those tools. You can do the graphics. You see here we have shapes, we have all the graphics.
And it looks like you're also simulating. It looks like you're also simulating the LED wall in a way.
It's effects. We have lots of effects.
That's a grid that you've got going on there that's simulating that.
Exactly, and see here's the grid. This is just a modifier, which
I see.
we call effects modifiers in Autograph. So basically, there's a whole list of modifiers that we can add to any object. So I can go in here, for instance, and try to let's see, scroll. See if I can show you some modifiers. So here's these are actually some types of modifiers of things that you can do, like mathematical things, but there's also like effects that you can do by taking something like let's look at that map. So here I've got create the file, so I have to see what. Yeah, so there's all sorts of modifiers here that we can use, and we can also integrate the 3D model, and we can save all of this. We could go ahead and save this all as a package and give it off to somebody else, and if they import it, they can they'll just go in here, create a new composition, and they would go right here and say, I want to import that package, and what we can do is give them only access to the text. See, they would have the whole animation, the 3D assets, the fonts, everything with all, and it would re-render in real time with whatever text.
That's amazing.
So they can change the team names, but we can give it to them without having access to the whole file.
Right. So a lot of people we've been hearing about, we've been all over the show floor. A lot of the things that people have been testing out are ways to be able to delineate tasks. So no one person is having to do all of those things. But normally this would be something that you would be locked into. It's like, well, if you're not the graphics editor, if you're not the graphics designer, the 3D MoGraph designer, you're not going to be able to do things like that. But it seems like it's not only is the software in just as a whole very intuitive, but it allows you to be able to, especially with being able to package things, be able to delineate tasks to people that, that might only know that one thing.
Yeah, so here's a great example of what you're talking about. In here we can also take, and it doesn't all have to be sports, it just happens to be some of the examples I'm showing you.
It's an easy example to show.
Yeah,
people understand
you
it.
might have a template you create like this,
right?
And then we have somebody else with the data-driven graphics doing a CSV file, like a Quicken or something.
Wow.
And they could create something like that, and we can drive all that. We can import the, where'd it go? Sorry. So we can import the data, and then you'll see here, just be able to connect the data to the file, and then it'll change the team names. We just animate all the
That's incredible.
The and the rows. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So you can update it.
As we close, are there main outputs for this, or is it only exports, or are there any live outputs as well?
No live output.
Okay.
At this time.
But maybe in the future.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't write it.
Okay. No worries. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Absolutely. My name is Jordan. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.